Yo, yo. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, I'm back with another episode of Small Talk. Wait about 5 minutes. See if my guests come, see if any of my hosts come up. How you guys doing today? Everything good, everything good, everything good. So what y'all think about what's going on with everything in the sports world? Got LeBron probably making his decision in a couple days. No summer league still probably going on. It ends in about a month. A World Cup just Argentina just lost to Spain in the World Cup too. So hey, more interesting news. Like I said, we'll wait about 3 more minutes. See if anybody pops up. 2 more minutes. So, how you guys feeling about the Washington Commanders this year? I think they can have a good year when healthy. I think a lot of analysts are sleeping on us this year, man. I think it's gonna be a good year. It's going to be a good year. One more minute. All right. Looks like no one's going to join, so that's cool. We'll get started. So, how I think David Blough's offense is going to unlock Jayden Daniels and help him be the best quarterback that he can be in his NFL career. So I mentioned a little bit about this yesterday, but let's see here. So I did mention David Blough is uber competitive, and every time he says, "Hey, I'm competitive. I want to bury the opponent." Mentioned that yesterday. Whether they're on that other sideline, whether it's his wife, his friends, anybody he knows, he legitimately said, I'm trying to bury them. And Blough learned under play callers such as Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell. He learned under Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. All this wealth of experience to pour into him to create an offense for Jayden Daniels to be successful while limiting his weaknesses. And heck, you can even make his strength stronger. I think Jayden Daniels' strengths: passing the ball, running the ball, improvising, and giving the ball to his tight ends. That is the key to unlocking Jayden Daniels in this offense. Making sure he has the playmakers around him, making sure he has a solid running game, making sure receivers can get open, making sure they can make plays after the catch. That is the key to this offense. And protecting Jayden Daniels. This offense is tailor made to protect Jayden Daniels. And we still have to see about the left guard position, but this offense is tailor made to protect the quarterback. No matter what offense you're in, no matter if you're in Detroit's system, no matter if you're in another system, this offense we're going to be implementing will be based on protecting Jayden Daniels from himself. So let's get right into it. So, why I think Jayden can be unlocked in this offense. Mentioned this yesterday. He won't be forced to run. It's going to be either by design or if no one can get open at all, period. He's not going to be forced to run. He will be forced to run sometimes, but he won't be forced to run all the time, like Cliff Kingsbury's offense. That's what we lacked. We kept forcing Jayden to run, and that's not a good idea. So, you know, anyways, you're forcing Jayden to run. He doesn't need to be leading our team in rushing. He doesn't need to be leading our team in rushing at all. That was okay in 2024 because we at least had a decent running game. Brian Robinson had 800 some odd yards that season. But still, I can't have my quarterback out here rushing for 891 yards in one season. That's crazy. So, and another way David Blough is going to unlock him is because he's going to be in a more pro style offense to protect him, which I mentioned. The running game will be more prominent than in 2024. We're going to be an uptick in the run game, and I expect to see 1,000-yard running back this year, whether it's Bill, whether it's Katron Allen, whether it's Rashad White. I expect to either one of those backs to have 1,000 yards this year. David Blough will create a scheme to get the receivers open. Good offensive coordinators scheme their players open. They're not just going to leave one receiver on the other side and the other receiver on the other side and say, "Go at it, bro. Let's give the same look every time and not move anybody around." That was Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Terry was always on the left. Someone else was always on the right. We need to be able to move guys around. We need to confuse the defense, like I mentioned yesterday. Confuse the defense. And he has that. David Blough has desire to be great, and he hates losing, just like Jayden. Jayden Daniels is the same way. He has the desire to be great, and he hates losing. He wants to be great. He wants to succeed this year. He wants to forget about 2025. He wants to say, hey, how can I take 2025 and learn from it? How can I take 2025 and be healthy for all of 2026? So this his priorities this off Jaden's priorities this off season were building muscle, protecting himself, being a better version of himself. So, and David Blough is going to take what he learned from Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, all the guys he's been under. He's going to take all schemes, implement them into his, and say, okay, let's run this on this play. Okay, we gave him that look before. Okay, let's make this something else. Okay, let's make this play look the same, but it will be different in terms of their route running, in terms of where they're lining up. But the play will be the same. And hopefully it results in a first down or a touchdown when we have the opportunity to possess the ball. So, and David Blough mentioned yesterday he was a backup quarterback in Detroit, Arizona, Minnesota, but back in 2022 when he was still playing, he searched for coaching opportunities. He already knew his playing career wasn't going to be long, so he said, "Hey, I want to be in the coaching, so I'm going to look for this opportunity now. That way, I can have a shot to move up fast in the future." And recently retired in 2023 and 2024. He was afforded this opportunity with the Washington Commanders to be the assistant quarterbacks coach behind Tavita Pritchard, who eventually in 2025 went on to become the head coach of Stanford. So, and then David Blough was subsequently promoted to the quarterbacks coach this past season. And then this offseason, when he got that call from Detroit, Dan Quinn said, "Nope, I'm not letting you leave the building. You're going to be our offensive coordinator." Because he has high praise from Ben Johnson. He has high praise from Dan Campbell, high praise from Cliff Kingsbury, how smart he is. This man can take in information and scheme up plays for our offense to be successful and for Terry to get the football. Getting the ball in the playmaker's hands is what is going to be important in this offense. If we want to be successful, we need to get the ball into the hands of our playmakers. And David Blough mentioning confidence in Jayden Daniels. He said Jayden Daniels has the ability to flip the game with his arm and his legs in a real way. So that means when you bring in 8, okay, cool. I can run. I can go outside. I can run. And when you're blitzing, okay, cool. Let me find this guy open fast. Boom. That's he can take over with the passing game, but mentally, if he's Tom Brady, it's over because the dude can run, the dude can pass, the dude can improvise, like I mentioned earlier. If he can put that all together this year, and I believe he will, our offense is going to be dangerous, especially if our defense can get the football and give opportunities to our offense. And David Blough also says there is something spectacular about Jayden when you watch the tape. And this is clearly showing he has all the faith in the world in Jayden to make the offense great and to bring the best out of him. Feature his strengths, limit his weaknesses. That's the key to the offense. Limiting Jayden's weaknesses, bringing out his strengths. And Blough says his superpower is him being competitive. Like I mentioned, He wants to bury the opponent every time he steps on that field. Every time he's on that sideline, he's going to be like, I want to bury you. He's looking to out scheme and out coach guys and not just do that. He's looking to bury you. Simple. And obviously, he mentions he's going, and he mentions Jayden has that hunger to get better every day, every single day. He's in Big Bear AI at 5:30 in the morning, getting getting film work in, making himself mentally better. Okay, if I make a mistake, what can I do to better myself in this area? Okay, I missed this guy on this play. Okay, next time I know to get him the ball if he's open on this play. It's just getting better mentally every day. That is the key. And Blough says his job is to get the best out of Jayden. And he mentioned that's why they hired DJ Williams, our current quarterbacks coach. And he pulling from the experiences of veteran quarterbacks, Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray. It is to impart wisdom that they saw onto Jayden to help him grow and become a better player. That is verbatim what they said. To gain this knowledge from all these quarterbacks and going to put into you to make you a better version of yourself, to make you the best version of you can be. And so, and his reaction and David Blough's reaction when he was hired as the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders was he was overwhelmed with gratitude. Thanks DQ for the belief that he has in him. He immediately started to work. He got creative already, and he says, "Okay, how am I going to take what I learned from these coordinators, input them into my offense, and make Jayden successful like he was in 2024?" And he also mentions to take what Jayden has shown these past 2 years and take it to the next level. So whatever Jayden's good at, whatever he does best, let's take this from this season and let's add on to that in 2026. And mention obviously him pulling from these different experiences and coaching, mixing them into his version of their offense. So, and he expands upon this, saying there will be no end to adding to the playbook. If a player has a play they want to implement in that week, he's going to say, okay, cool. I'm going to take that play and I'm going to see if I can implement it the next week. That's the type of offense he wants. He wants the offense to feel like it's an open playbook. The more information added, then I'll take that and put this into my play. I'll take this thing and put it into my play. Oh, look, a college offense did that. Maybe I can take this and put it into my offense. Taking little wrinkles out of every team, every scheme, every league, and implementing them into his offense. That is the mark of a great offensive coordinator. Being able to learn, being able to implement things from players, always evolving your offense. That is the mark of someone that is going to be great. And he says he already had a vision for this offense before 2020, before he got hired, and he wants to build this vision for the offense for players and the ownership. He wants to build it for both. He is going to build the offense for both ownership and the players. not just for himself, for the offense and the ownership. Meaning, I want to be great, so I'm going to make these guys great too. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to be great, and I want y'all to be great, man. That's how I feel. Hey, I want to be great, so y'all can be great with me, all right? Y'all gonna be great with me. He mentioned in a short amount of time that in a short amount of time to take the next is going to take the next level, and he mentions the guys have belief in the system and that this will be the driving force right now for this offense. It's going to be the driving force of why we're going to be successful, of why Jayden is going to be unlocked this year, of why we're going to be an explosive offense this year. And Dan Campbell wanted him. And Dan Campbell says he understands the quarterback position and that Dan Quinn made a good hire. You see the praise from these coaches that he's been under. Dan Campbell, a great head coach in Detroit. Ben Johnson had a great head coaching season last year with Chicago. Good offensive coordinator in Detroit. You see, Kevin O'Connell praises him. Matt Stafford praised him. Every guy he's been under, they praise him and how smart he is and that he has a competitive drive to be great. He wants to be great. This is what makes good offensive coordinators. Look at Sean McVay. Sean McVay was on that fast track in Washington with Jay Gruden because he had that offense humming. He had that offense top 10 in the league. And they were dominating games at times. So I think if Blough can be what he can be, I say he's going to be a Sean McVay-ish type. But he's going to be David Blough. And Blough, once again, says Jayden is a special quarterback and he didn't want to miss out on this opportunity after going 5-12. Why? Because Blough knows what Jayden can be. He says that 2024 season wasn't even scratching the surface of what Jayden can be. Last year was a weird year due to injury, due to a whole lot. Terry holding out, injury, all of this stuff played a factor in why we were not good last year. We got old fast. That is the key as to why we lost. We got old fast. And I'm bringing up Ben Johnson again. Ben Johnson says he has a bright future in coaching and calling him smart. And he has a natural way of connecting with coaches and players. That's what you want in an offensive coordinator. Being able to connect with coaches and players, being able to, again, pour into them, and then having the players pour into him. Connecting with your team is what's going to make the team successful. If you don't want to pour into your team, you don't want to be successful. You pouring into everyone else is going to make them successful. So if Blough is pouring into them, Blough can make them successful and vice versa. The players pouring into Blough and they can make Blough more successful. This is what's going to make this offense work. Offensive synergy around David Blough and the entire offense. And Ben Johnson also mentioned he is highly respected and the commanders found value in him. Again, you see him getting praise once again from these good coaches. They're not just blowing smoke, guys. David Blough has the mentality to be one of the best offensive coordinators in this league. They're not just blowing smoke. They've been around him. They know his drive. They knew his future in coaching. They aren't blowing smoke when they say he is smart. He is going to be successful. He has a bright future. They're not lying. If they were lying, they wouldn't have said those things about him. They would have said, "Oh, well, he has the potential to be a good coordinator." No, they said he will be a good coordinator. They said you found tremendous value in him. You made a good hire. We wanted him, but you made a good choice by not letting him leave your building. And David Blough says, Ben Johnson mentions he has the inward feel to elevate the quarterback position. As an offensive coordinator, what is the main priority? Getting the quarterback to elevate their play. Because when the quarterback elevates their play, the offense can elevate their play. And when the offense elevates their play, that in turn, that all of this synergy and energy you can put on the defense to make them play more confident and then to give possessions back to your offense so the offense can score. All of this synergy can be used to create a dominant team in 2026. I'm telling you guys, this season will be different. If we can get the synergy, the defense and offensive synergy, we are going to be a dangerous team in 2026 if we can put it all together. And David Blough also mentions how he and Ben played under the same coach and they learned the same things. I'm telling you guys, David Blough has that. He has it. I can't tell you what it is, but just know they surrounded Jayden with all these former quarterbacks that can pour into David Blough, and David Blough can pour into him. The wealth and knowledge that David Blough has, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. He has the drive and tenacity. He has the competitive drive. He's literally acting as if he's still playing because literally he would not say, "I want to bury the opponent," if he didn't have that killer instinct in him. Even during his playing days, he had that killer instinct in him. Dude, David Blough, I I mean, I guarantee, I'm going to guarantee this. Call me crazy. Call me everything in the book. But I'm going to guarantee this right now, like Louis T says. David Blough in this offense will work in 2026. David Blough will make the Commanders offense a top 10 offense in this league. And I'm not guaranteeing this, but I'm going to say the word guarantee. I guarantee you, if we know what David Blough can be, this offense will be a top 5 offense in the league. That's what I think. Put it all together, this offense is going to be a top 5 offense in this league. And I'm excited, guys. And I hope y'all are too. 2026 is going to be a movie. Hey, and we better be in our seats. Grab the popcorn, grab your snacks, and get ready to watch an offense and a team that is being slept on take over the league in 2026. And it's going to all start with Jayden Daniels being healthy in this defense, creating turnovers to give offense the offensive side of the ball the opportunity to score on every possession. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Hope y'all are too. And that'll do it for me on this episode of Small Talk. Hail to our beloved Washington Commanders. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.